I've been at great pains to point out that there's lots of things happening on our own doorstep that folk dinna ken anything about. With this in mind, I've unearthed 2 or 3 examples, getting my een opened, and at the same time meeting some awfully fine folk. Here look and see what you think, for you can never be sure if it's gone on recht beneath your nose. Think on Navan or South Melody if it comes to mine. Parks of beasts or silage and views of different kind. But think again, my bonny lads, and come and hear look at Lorna's fancy handiwork, out of the ordinary, and this out of the wine yoke. To the workshop first to see the mould being filled with stuff like clay, for it's left to dry for about an hour, syne showing the licht o' day. A chappy wi' a hammer, afore it's handled with great care. It's lifted out so canny, to let it fa, you wouldn't dare. And there we have 3 monkeys, cheery-looking chiels, sitting there gay-cocky and looking off a wheel. Like all the others, they'll be fired this on another day, and on the shelf will join the others already on display. A steppy on, fit have we next, a hedgehog, I think we'll call him Prickly. As Lorna wields her little brush, I hope he isn't a tickly. The fichry bits would try the patience of a saint, but in the end it's worth it to see Prickly in his shiny coat of paint. But to the grotto now to see this grand display, as good as you're bound to come across on this or ony other day. A look around, drawing your breath, taking in it well. Appreciate the dexterity, the ingenuity, and nay, least of all, the skill. First of all, a henny pot, unusual but ken speckled to say the least, and then fit about the Frisians, 3 bonny-looking beasts. Taking its time as ever, nae gan ony way its speed, a tortoise wi' its muckle shell, and a nothing at all for a heed. Next we're on to the pheasants, full of colour and fine array, followed by the dukes, nae far ahin, I'd say. We couldn't come to South Melody without seeing a tractor or 2, sitting in the shadow of a lichted-up thing that I'm told is called a bobble bar. Now at this scene I needed a second look, for it looked like a neep to me, but I didn't hae the same bother wi' its neighbour, the twinkling Christmas tree. Works o' art there's little doubt we've seen some braw and bonny sichts. I just wonder for they all get on when they're left on their ain at nicht. So there you go now, folkies, if you didn't ken afore. Just heed for South Melody and knock on Lorna's door. I'd like to take you to Foggy now to show you something new. A shoppy on the main street, a surprise for both me and you. You open the door, you can hardly believe fits afore your ee. A blaze of colour, why, well, mechty me. There's napkins for ilky occasion, all colours, shapes and hues, reeds and greens and purples and all different shades of blues. Scottish, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays and retirements tea, they hinna missed onything out, or if they have, I've yet to see. Candles by the hunter, long and square and round, colours to mesmerise you, especially if you're just a country loon. The place is a touch of magic, a feeling o' its ain. I dinna think I'll see the like o't ever in Foggy again. And ben the back the tables all laid out so bra, it brings to mind a palace in countries hina wa. The setting and the colour, the crystal oh so swell. And if you dinna believe me, hae a trippy out to Foggy and see't for yoursel. Fit next you'll be saying, well it's something I hinna seen for a file. A manny that swipes lums in the guid old-fashioned style. Wi' his van and his leathers he gangs a' over the place and promises the wifeys he winna mak a mess. Up the ladder he climbs with nae tremor or fear. He's deen it as often, aye, for mony a year. The brush out his shoulder, its bristles so black. He stands, without hooding on, at the top of the stack. Down goes a brush with the rods a fair wecht. A rug and a tug, it pits up a gay fecht. But after a while all the hard work is done, and another lum is certified clean. It's a family concern with young Ian coming tea, and grandson Ian James lets us see fit he can do. He files climbs up the ladder you never seen the like, but today he decided to bide in the grun and hae a shot to his motorbike. But like a lot of other folk when the day's work is done, Kenny Patterson, after a wash, has a glint in his een. He's proud of his hobby just to hae a look there, and inside the house there's 200-300 mair. Eddie Staubert's lorries have long been his passion. For him, they'll never, ever gang out of fashion. It makes seem peculiar or outlandish to some, but as Kenny I says, it's an awful fine change for swiping a lum. And now we're off to Rothay to meet a handyman. Ron Dawson, since his retirement to this, has turned his hand. High-tech machinery whizzing at full speed, a craftsman happy at his work. What mair do you need? Here he is, so ident, as a mousey he starts to mak. Care and concentration obey the them it taks. A touchy here, a touchy there, in his skill he has great faith, and afore you ken far he are, it's sitting on the lathe. The fretwork pictures at that time as again he turns his hand. The patience and the thoroughness is a virtue of this man. But once again he triumphs as we can now see, a work of art, easily recognised, is our favourite benna he. A fine display of his other work is here for all to see. A brose cap, bowls of a description, and there's mair to catch your eye. The moosey hoosies fair trick at me, as did the bowl of fruit. Love goblets? No, there's a thing. There's a story there, nae doubt. And now there is this other lot that would hansel ony wa. A horse's heed's a bonny, and the Scotty dogs look bra. But this man appears when he's finished, and his tools are all laid down, picks up his box and relaxes as he plays himself a tune. We're dropping in by, if I can say it that way, to show you some gay lads. The Cooter helipad, if you didn't ken, is out at Lower Bads. An expert crew runs the show for fleeing they have a flair, and by their skill and competence, make sure they get you there. You can see the magic craters, the most imposing things. They flee straight up or hover when nae sick thing as wings. They look at you as much as to say, we are the elite of the sky. Rotors at the ready. Come on, we'll show you why. Briefing is important, it's high up on the list, and as you get settled in, safety aye comes first. Strap it in with headphones on, the engine starts off slow, but gradually it picks up speed. A wave, and off we go. Training has its rightful place in charter flights as well, carrying loads of cargo or any other deal. Scenic tours out of the place for the heelings to the sea, or a tourie round the Mither Tap is in. A lot of folk like to do. For sporty types, there's golf outings, whisking them from here to there, playing at 2 different courses in a day, and sometimes even more. A treat for dear old granny on her 90th birthday, say, or fit about the biggest thrill, a hurl in a chopper on your wedding day. I had my shorty, it was great, and the view was awful rare. I could get the liking for this, I wouldn't say no to mair. Landed back on Mother Earth, the flight knew it was grand. And rechtly so, I'm proud to shack the pilot by the hand. But our time is up, it's time to gang, we can't abide any longer. And so we'll leave our trusty friends as they settle down beside their hangar.